National Police Week, and today the Harrison County Sheriff's Office and the Marshall Police Department are honoring law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty. KLTV 7's Jamey Boyum has this story.
Marshall Police Chief Cliff Carruth and Harrison County Sheriff B.J. Fletcher say they've been holding the service for over 20 years.
We honor all the fallen peace officers throughout the year who come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, you get peace officers that fail in the line of duty. You get peace officers that died of heart attacks or natural causes or car crashes, or but we honor all of them.
Just to recognize those fallen in the line of duty in Texas. So we mentioned nationally, but we actually represent a photo and a flag for each officer killed in the line of duty in Texas.
Law enforcement officers never know what the next call will hold. Sheriff Fletcher says mortality is something law enforcement officers face every day.
I think just about every city and county does a memorial, and it's just a remembrance of those who are just like us that paid the ultimate sacrifice.
A small Texas flag was stood on a table by a member of Harrison County law enforcement as a roll call of fallen officers was read.
There's 16 officers that died during this time period, the last 12 months.
They saluted a flag representing each fallen officer.
It's unfortunate, these officers gave everything. They died protecting their communities, which is obviously very honorable, but it's tough for the families and those that are left.
The family lives with that for the rest of their lives.
The National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund announced that nationwide 282 officers died in the last year. Jamey Boyum, KLTV 7 News.
And Police Officers Memorial Day and National Police Week were started back in 1962 when President John F. Kennedy signed a proclamation designating the week of May 15th to honor our fallen officers.